Hello, thank you for joining us. So today we're with the Executive Director of the Centre for Climate Change and Sustainability Education at UCL. We're with Nicola Walsh. And Nicola, you're here to talk to us about a special opportunity for young people surveying their views around climate and sustainability education.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you so much for having me, Paul. It's great to be here and to have this opportunity. So the Centre for Climate Change and Sustainability Education has an aim of equipping young people with the knowledge, skills and agency that they need to thrive and participate in a climate-altered world, which sounds a lot. But what we basically do is we work through research and consultancy and collaboration with a whole range of partners to try to improve the quality of climate change and sustainability education in schools, both in England and internationally. So very much echoes some of the mission of Ministry of Eco Education. And one of the things that we are doing at the moment is to start to try to understand better the views and perspectives of children and young people so that we can feed that into some of our broader work. So at the moment, we have a survey which is out. So it's called What Do Students Think About Climate Change and Sustainability Education? It's a survey for children in years 7, 8 and 9, so quite limited to Key Stage 3 at the moment. And it's being led by some colleagues in the centre, along with collaboration with Will Whale, who's the DfE Youth Focal Point at the moment, and our Associate Fellow, Grace Healy. And the work will be really important to help us better understand students' perspectives and use them to inform, as I say, our broader work, including our professional development programme for teachers. The survey includes 8 sections, so it asks a little bit about what the students think about climate change and sustainability. It asks them what they do about it in schools. So we've already asked teachers through a teacher survey, but it'd be really interesting to hear about the perspectives of young people to see what they sort of recognise as climate change and sustainability in school. We ask them what they think about it, so what they think about what they're doing, and then what they'd like to learn about in the future. And then there's a couple of other sections there at the end. One is around connection with nature, so starting to explore connection with nature. And of course, that links in with some of the DfE strategy work where they sort of talk about connecting children and young people with nature through curriculum objectives, but also about behaviours, so how they contribute to sustainable behaviours, whether they feel that their behaviour is sustainable both within schools and beyond schools. And the other final thing that we're asking is sort of where within England, because it's a survey of people just within England, they are located. So we're going to be able to do some analysis to look at differences of different children and young people within different areas of the country to see if there are any differences between them. So we're getting and hoping for a really rich understanding of what children and young people are doing, what they think, what they want to think.
It sounds a great opportunity. So this is sort of giving young people a voice again to then be part of wider research. What is it that teachers can do in this process? What's the role they can play in helping young people to engage with this?
Yeah, no, we're really, really relying on the help of teachers because obviously we can't access lots of young people directly, ages sort of 11 to 14. So we're asking teachers and schools to help us administer the survey. So many teachers already have got information, and we can put links to the information so that they're actually administering the survey within class time. So because it's quite a rich and detailed survey, it takes about 30 or 40 minutes for the children to complete, depending a little bit on sort of whether they're year 7, year 9, and how much they want to write. And if teachers and schools are able to give that time, either from a lesson or organise children to do it at lunchtime or in a form time, then that would be really helpful in us getting as wide a reach as possible. Because we could sort of ask them voluntarily, and some schools have also sent it out so parents can help support children to do the survey at home. But in doing that, we tend just to get the children who are interested who do it, and then you get quite a skewed response. So for us, if we can get whole classes doing it, then we hopefully capture a whole range of information from people who are already really engaged with issues of climate change, but also others who perhaps aren't. And that can obviously tell us a lot more about what we need to do and how we need to improve our professional development and our education for those young people.
Yeah, so imagine a whole school. I would think there's probably head teachers out there who'd love their whole school to prioritize this and for a whole school community. The other important thing as well to say is that this isn't a reflection of what is happening in schools. This isn't about young people saying, am I being taught this well or not? So it's not a reflection of teachers. It's really a chance for young people to be heard in that sense. Is that right?
Yeah, no, that's really important. And of course, in the way that the results are reported, we would never identify individual schools or anything like that. So it's anonymous, if you like. It just gives a much better sense of a picture of how children are responding to some of the curriculum changes that we've had over the last few years, but what else they want, what more do they want? But absolutely not a reflection on individual teachers or schools, much more of a larger picture that we'll be looking at.
And as you said, you know this ideally you would like responses from young people of the full spectrum. So yes, those who are really enthusiastic and passionate, but actually also just any on every young person.
Absolutely, that's really critical. And we'll also be looking, we'll be asking some other sort of characteristics about those individuals, so we can look at, are there particular groups who are more engaged or who are or more less engaged, so that we can again tailor out the education we're providing to make sure that we're capturing what everybody needs.
And just to put this in context, then this is
Mm.
part of a wider research project. Kind of how does this fit then with that jigsaw?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So we've already undertaken, as I said, research into teachers through the centre. So what they understand about climate change and sustainability education, how prepared they feel, on what professional development they have already had, and what support they need to do more. So we had, for example, just under 900 teachers in England, teachers of all phases and all disciplines. So not just sort of traditionally geography, science, those sorts of subjects. And they highlighted significant gaps in professional development related to climate change and sustainability education. So we've already been able to use some of that information to inform the professional development work that we're doing, but also our wider policy engagement work. So it's been really crucial. But I think for us, it's really important then, as you mentioned at the beginning, to have those young people's voices. So we have the teachers, but and we know what they're doing, but how are young people and children and young people receiving that? What are their perspectives? What do they think needs to be done differently? And that's really, really crucial part. So it will go alongside our work that we've done with teachers, be really, really important in informing not only our own professional development, but our work with broader stakeholders. So we'll be able to talk to other schools, teachers associations, exam boards, and even the UK government to talk and help them to inform their work more through or with the voices of young people, which for us is crucial.
So this is an opportunity to empower young people to be part of this bigger picture, like you say, of all these other organizations, even the government, who will then have this research may well have some impact on.
Hopefully, well, that's absolutely the intention. Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
No,
In
not at all. It's great. It's great to have you here. And thank you so much to all those teachers and schools that are engaging with this. We very much appreciate it.
timeframes, is there
Yes.
a kind of cut off or
Yes. Good question. It's the 17th of May is the closing date. So we've got sort of 3 or 4 more weeks as we're recording this. But yes, if we could do this by just before half term in May, that would be great. Yeah, thank you.